Welcome creators, I'm the homie Yosh, and this is my channel, where we inspire creativity, explore game development, and bring Unreal Engine projects to life. In this video, we're building a fully functional mini-map for a third-person game in Unreal Engine. I'll walk you through setting up scene capture components and character blueprints that we'll view in the HUD widget. This is part 14 of my third-person game series, but you don't need to watch the entire series to follow along. I'll also be providing the image files I'm using, and you can find those links in the description below. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. So with that said, let's jump into the action. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the third-person game that we've been working with. Just wait for that to load. Okay, now that that's loaded up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the level, the third-person map. All right, so on the content browser, under the third person, under blueprints, you'll find your third-person character creator. So we're going to use the character blueprints. And first thing I want to do is I want to make under the components here, I want to add and I want to make a new spring arm. So we're going to go ahead and select that. Now that I have the spring arm selected, I'm going to go ahead and add another component. And this is going to be my scene capture component 2D. This is the camera that we are going to be using. Go ahead and select that. And we're just going to keep everything the same. I'm going to make sure I have that compiled. Now I'm going to hit the spring arm. Now as you can see, the spring arm is parented to the scene capture component 2D. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the spring arm, go here in the viewport, and I'm going to go ahead and rotate this -90 degrees. I'll make sure I compile that. And as you can see, there's a camera. It's a ghost. It's there. Trust me. So what I'm going to do next is set the target arm length in the details panel from 300 to 450. And I'm going to make sure I compile that after I'm done. And after that, I'm going to make sure that I have the scene capture component. And what I want to look for is texture target. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that up here, texture target. You'll find the texture target right here. Now, if you go ahead under the texture target with the drop down, we want to make a new texture target. So render target, and let's go ahead and so we can make sure everything's good. We'll go into third person. We'll go into the blueprints, and we're going to put this here. We're going to call this, you can call it whatever you want. I am just going to call it Minimap texture target. Okay, now that that's saved, so now we can bring up the map. And now the second thing I want to do is create a new material. So I'm going to go ahead and select this and create material, and we'll keep it the same. And what I'm going to do is open that up and go ahead and bring this up here, zoom in a little bit. There we go. I want to make sure that I have this selected, and what I want to do, okay, that I got the output node selected, I want to go into material domain. Here it is. And under surface, I want to do a user interface. Now, as you can see, there you have my guy right there, and we'll just connect the RGB to the final color. And we're going to hit apply. So as you can see, it's looking down at our guy right here. Doesn't look very nice right now, but it will look better. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our game widget, which I have those under my UIs. I will put a link in the description if you need help making a game widget. It's very simple. We just create new widget, call it what you want, you call it the HUD, and you just add to viewport either in your character or your game blueprints. I will put a video in the description so you can go ahead and if you don't know how to make that. But yeah, we're just using the game widget. And here's our widget right here. We have the canvas panel, that's right here. We got our health bar, our text, everything that shows in our game. And what we're gonna do is we are just gonna add one simple thing. It's gonna be image. So we're just gonna go ahead and add the image in here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna anchor this to the left there. And we are going to make this 150, 150. Okay. So just bring this right about here. All right, so now what I want to do is bring in my content that I created. Where is my content? I have it in my files here. Let me bring this over. Oops, I'm gonna bring that into my... Okay, so let me get my content drawer here. I want to go into my third person. I'm just gonna dump everything into here. You might just want to make a separate file. So here's what we're loading up: the green arrow, the red arrow, and the Minimap border. I have those, and the link will be in the description, so you can go ahead and get those images files. So I'm just going to select them. I'm going to go ahead and drag them all in here. There they are. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this into... Nope, wrong one. Get rid of that. I don't want that. Move my content drawer, select this one, the Minimap border. I'm going to drag that in, and let's go ahead and... So we want to make sure that this is underneath. So there we go. So as you can see, it's over a little bit. So let me bring this up. I'm just going to scale it to fit. And I make sure that I have both of them selected, and then I can just move them around. So now your anchor here, you want to make sure that you have it selected at the bottom. Yeah, I can play with that later. All right, now we got that selected. I'm going to go ahead and compile. And under brush, I'm going to go ahead and drop that down. Under image, we want to add in our new Minimap material. Okay, I think I put two ends, that's why I couldn't find it. Minimap texture render target 2D. That's the material we want. So we just play with this a little bit. That's fine. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just label these. Hit F2, Minimap 1, and I'm going to call this one Minimap 2. Okay, Minimap 1 and Minimap 2. Okay, so we're going to go into the graph real quick here. We're going to go into the event graph, and I'm getting myself some space here. And what I want to do is I just want to get the N key. A little bit, there it is. There's our N key. And on pressed, I want to do flip flop. There it is. Okay. So now we take our map 1 and 2. Oops. Control. Well, I can't bring them both in. So we're going to get Minimap 1, then we're going to get Minimap 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and set visibility. Set visibility. Okay, there we go. That's how I want it. So on A, it's going to be hidden. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. and the target will be the Minimap 2. And we're going to have visibility set hidden. So we're going to go ahead now and we're going to hit Control D to duplicate this. And on B, bring this up a little bit, we are going to make visible. Let me go ahead and test that real quick. And if we hit N, it disappears, it comes back. Disappears, and it comes back. Okay, there's still a little bit more that I have to do to get it to show. Let me go back into the designer. Okay, I know I was doing wrong. I was doing the texture instead of the material. So I need to make sure that I have the Minimap texture to target 2D material, not the texture. So now we got that taken care of. So if we hit play, you can see in our Minimap, it has our guy there, but everything is not acting right. So I gotta make sure that I have Minimap 1 anchored there, compile, and now they're both in the right spot. Just gotta move this around. There, I'm gonna work with that. Okay, that's fine. That looks good. Okay, so now I want to go back into the character blueprints here. Get rid of this. So what I am looking for is camera settings. So what I want to do is I want to select the spring arm and look for camera settings. And you can see all these different pitches, yaw, roll. We just want to uncheck those. Okay. Okay, now I want to select my scene capture, and I want to take the projection type, and I want to change it from perspective to orthographic. And now, as you can see, the different options popped up here. And what I want to do is take the ortho width, and I might leave it. I'm just going to put it at 2000. And that should do pretty good, and make sure I compile and save everything. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my contour drawer, and my first arrow here, I'm going to go ahead and select it. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to do sprite action. And what I do is just create sprite. We'll keep it the same name. I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter. And when I select this, what I'm going to do, everything looks correct there, so I'm going to make sure that that is saved. I'm going to go back into my third person character here, and I'm going to select onto my character mesh. Make sure you select on your character mesh, and I'm going to go ahead and add a paper sprite. So there he is. Paper sprite arrow. It already has my arrow sprite, so we're going to go ahead and use that. So it already selected the source for us, popped up there, since we already had that created. So I'm just going to go ahead and rotate that 90 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that we bring that up. And I'm going to hit R, and make sure I scale this down a little bit. Bring it up a little bit more. Alright, so you can also change the materials. If you go ahead and under the element 0, you'll see they have this sprite material. And the way to find that, it's under your plugins, but you could just go ahead and hit the content browser to take you straight there. And you got different masks, different materials to use. The mask units, sprite material, dummy sprite. But we're just going to stay with the translucent unit for now. Material, and we go ahead and compile that. Okay, so the next thing, this is going to show up in the game saying, and we don't want that. So what we want to do is we make sure we have that hidden. So we're going to scroll down here. Not hidden in game. We are looking for, where is it? So I'm just going to type it in, no C. You'll see owner, no C. Okay, so that is selecting that is make sure that it's not seen inside the game, so you can only see it through the component. Okay, so now that's done, I want to go into my scene capture component 2D. Get rid of this no C. What I want to do is I want to look for shadows. Okay, where it says dynamic shadow, I'm going to uncheck that. So it doesn't see the shadow coming off the guy. So another thing I want to do is okay, so I'm looking for hidden in scene capture and just make sure you have that clicked. So this would be the opposite to visible in scene capture only. We don't want that, we want hidden. And also he has an attachment, he has a weapon, so we're going to go ahead and select that, and we're going to do the hidden in scene capture as well. We go ahead and compile that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go back into my content drawer, scroll all the way to the top here under my contents. Going back to my third person, my blueprints, I'm going to my enemy character, go into viewport, and I just want to add another sprite. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure I select this. This is the red arrow that I'm using for the enemy. I'm going to go ahead and right click, and under sprite action, we're going to create another sprite. Keep it the same. Hit enter. Everything looks great there. We're going to go ahead and save that. So now we're going back into the enemy character, and I am going to select the character mesh 0, and we're going to add a sprite just like we did for the first one. So paper sprite, just like last one. Hit E. Make this 90-degree angle. Bring this up a little bit. Hit R to scale it down. Okay, make sure you hit compile, and we're going to do the same as no C. Owner no C. And then we're going to select this guy here, and we're going to go into scene, hidden in scene capture, and we're going to compile that, and I believe that's it. Let me go ahead and hit play. Okay, there's our guy running around, but I do see his arrow. So I don't see my arrow, but I do see his. But I do see his arrow inside the map, so that's a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and take care of. He sees me, he's running after me. No, get away, you can't catch me. Two arrows running after each other, that looks pretty cool. And you can go ahead and size this. For some reason it disappears when he gets close to me. So I'm gonna have to figure this out. So I got no C. And owner no C, that's selected. So let me go under rendering real quick. Only owner C. Okay. Hidden in game. Maybe I can just select that. Compile. But then I can't see it in the component, so we don't want to do hidden in game. Okay, so I am going to do the visible in scene capture only. It looks like it disappeared. I don't think that worked. And it did work. Okay, great. There he goes. And one other thing, you can push N, and then push N again. It toggles on and off. So if you want to get rid of the minimap, you bring it back on. And that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Now you have a working Minimap inside your third-person game built the right way in Unreal Engine. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future tutorials. Stay inspired, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next video.